Fair warning, my talks aren't very serious. I feel like the more you make people laugh when you're talking, the more they actually retain information. I try to teach that to my clients, but they don't really learn much from it. My talk is about building doors. My reason is because bachpan se I've been hearing people say, oh, beta, when one door closes, another opens somewhere, and you've all heard this, right? I am of the very firm belief that you should not wait for doors to open. You should build them. Literally build the doors. You have more doors, more of them are going to open, you're going to be able to do more stuff. And what I'm trying to say, agar abhi bhi baat sir ke upar se guzar rahi hai, is you should not wait for opportunity. Make opportunities happen. Literally. You can wake up every day and do whatever you want. And you're choosing not to? Guys, you have free will. Okay. So, let's dig into it. The importance of crazy, stupid ideas. The craziest and stupidest idea I have is my entire career. And I'll tell you why. I started working when I was in A-levels. I was supposed to go to med school. I had sciences. Most of you know this, that my mom wanted me to be a doctor because she did not like artists. And what did I do? Middle of A1, I forged her signatures, changed my subjects, and she found out at the end of A2. Yeah, she wasn't happy about it. I was like, Ma, dekhe mere 2 saal zaya ho jayenge, ab jane de art school, kya ho gaya? Anyway, I kind of trusted myself to figure it out. A friend of mine was like, oh, you make cool artwork, put it on Instagram. I said no. She made the account anyway and I still use it. So shout out to Fatma, she's in Canada. But hey Fatma, if you were watching this, thank you. Okay. I started doing random work. Many years ago, not many, I'm not that old, but a couple years ago, I had the idea of, oh, I used to have chalky as a kid. Everyone knows about chalky, right? I got a lot of cavities from it. My mom stopped bringing it. Mera na pet bhi kharab ho jata tha as a kid because too much chocolate is bad. But I used to have chalky. And I was like, oh, if I look it up on Google, there's no proper image of the candy. Like there's one for Ding Dong Bubble, there's one for everything, there's not one for chalky. So I'm going to draw it. Can anyone point out what's wrong with this illustration? Anyone? I'll give you guys a second to think about it. Yes, I did not watermark my work and I posted it on the internet on a public account. We know what that means. Everyone stole it. Why? And for some of them, they made this really ugly shading thing in the background. Like, how did you do that under my illustration? I want to know how this happened. How did you manage that? This is literally, so PG Bazaar, we are chill now. At the time, I had beef with them. Why would you do this? Because we've been cropped it. So, yeah, this happened. To add to this, this was also featured on a change.org thing in India. So it's in India now and they're trying to sign a petition to make it happen. I think they did reach their goal. But what? So yeah, but this is also the first thing that kind of put me on the map locally in Lahore. People were like, oh yeah, she's the girl who's tweaking out because her artwork got stolen. And that was my first identity in A-levels, the little artist with anger issues. Say it. So, moving on. Who knows about this? What do you know about it? Who wants to answer? What Mustafa is referring to is one of the comments that an uncle left on Twitter. कि ये लड़की नकली CNICs बनाती है, इसको जेल में डालो, इसके तोते को हांडी में. I got, it was insane. I have a pet bird, I love him to death. He turned 1, I wanted to make him a CNIC. I thought it was funny. This went insane, and I'll tell you why it went insane. I will tell you why. So, yes, did it land me on national news? Multiple times? They were like, Maham Sohail, animal activist. And they'd ask me, Maham, aap kitni der se animal thank you. Activism kar rahi hai. And I would say, oh, pichle hafte se. Amazing. And my mom was so confused. She was like, "Beta, why? Why is he on TV? Isne kya kiya hai?" You know the pet your parents don't want, but like now they're like celebrities, so your mom likes them. Yeah. So she's like, "Beta, why are you on national news and also getting hate from random uncles?" I swear, the amount of police stations that were tagged on my Twitter, the amount of institutions of the army that were tagged. ये नकली CNIC बनाती है, इसका पता नहीं, इसको डिपोर्ट करो, इसको मुल्क से निकालो. People from India started DMing me for CNICs. I was like, guys, ये स्कैन नहीं होता, ये ड्रॉ किया हुआ चिप, ये स्कैन नहीं होता, इसका टेक्सचर भी नहीं, ये पील हो जाएगा. It's not good quality. Anyway. I feel like that would have gone very wrong if I said that. But so, yeah, I had fun with this. People started copying it. A Facebook page on Twitter, a Facebook page on Facebook emerged, where this guy was like, "Oh, I'm Maham's cousin, and she is starting a business of this, and everyone sent money to me to make CNICs." And he scammed people and walked away with like 3 lakh. And I was like, why did people pay that much? Why weren't they paying me that much? What do you mean he took my idea and made bank? Yeah, I didn't get the money, guys. But people are still copying it, and now I'm fine with it because I've moved on. Inner peace, you know? Okay. But these are fun things, but let's talk about how you actually embrace doing stupid things in a way that's a little lucrative. How does it benefit you with clients and stuff, right? Because, you know, you guys would love to get called out by army institutions and, be told that you will be deported for artwork, but let's also make money out of it. So, who likes norms? Who knows that we did a lot of cool artwork for norms? Can I see with a show of applause who likes the artwork? Thank you. I feel like the only thing we haven't done for norms is make the chips. अगर वो भी हाथ में दे दे, company हमारी हो जाएगी. Okay. So norms is one of those clients that was like, man, guys, we want to open a chip brand, a healthy chip brand. We have an oversaturated market in Pakistan, and we do have a few baked chips brands from like Kitchen Cuisine and stuff. But other than that, we need to take something that we're able to run with. You feel me? And they were the kind of clients I was lucky to have at the studio because they let us experiment. We had a meeting with norms. Areeb told me, and so we did a sprint. This is like me 2 hours before the meeting. This is 2 hours before the big pitch. I'm like, norms, cowboy in cowboy hat. Client, understand what I'm saying. Ranch flavor, get it? Because ranch, cowboy, thank you. This was what I actually showed them on Google Meet, the little triangle with legs. This is, because I told them that it's not easy to have a health brand. It's not easy to have a snack brand in an oversaturated market. You need to also position it in a way where people think it's cute and it's funny, because that's also what they resonate with. आधे लोगों को फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा कि आपके चिप्स बेक्ड हैं यार, उनको जायके का फर्क पड़ता है, and they look cool, they can Instagram it when they eat it. लोगों को इन चीज़ों से फर्क पड़ता है. And they let us run with it. One of the most notable posts we've made, and one of the first ones that I get asked about a lot, is this one. To explain, Norms की तबीयत खराब थी, so Norms went to Dr. Norms, and then Dr. Norms did an X-ray of Norms. So you can see the ingredients in Norms. You see how we're telling the audience what's inside the chip, but in like a cute, funny way. Do it, honestly. Like, we turned their entire Instagram feed into just comics. We moved on to, by the way, some of these lovely illustrations are also by Mariam. She's over here. Please give Mariam a round. I remember when Mariam joined and she was like, what do you mean the chip has legs? And I'm like hunched over like this crazy person with a pencil. Mariam, it has legs. There's an anatomy to the chip. The legs are too far apart. You have to make it a certain height. Yes. You know, talking about shopping local, how it's good for the economy. talking about how it's good for farmers because you're supporting them, talking about quality because you're using a local product. How do you get these points across in a non-boring way that people are going to understand and resonate with? You know, you have to make it palatable. If these were just paragraphs with like an actual chart, would anyone even care? No, who cares? We're not trying to make textbooks. And we were able to make some fun stuff, honestly. So yeah, norms is one of those things where the client really trusted us to do whatever we wanted to do, and we were able to kind of come through with it. It's a sad thing, but it is okay. A lot of people didn't think Norms was a Pakistani founded brand. They thought it was from Dubai. So they said, oh, design acha hai, ye Pakistani to nahi hoga. Yeah, that's not nice. We should change that, but hey, we're working towards it. ADF is trying to up the game in some ways. Next thing, networking and negotiating. I grew up as the most anxious, scared, shy child. You know, the kid who's like standing behind their mom and clutching her shirt, like, auntie, I don't care how much chocolate you offer me, you're not getting a peep out of me. Main kuch nahi bolungi. Like, you could interrogate me, I will not crack. Why? Not because I have something to hide, because I'm shy. I would be the best agent ever. You could not get me to speak. As a creative, it is very important to have a sense of artwork. I did my bachelor's from BNU, and I knew a lot of really cool creatives whose artwork was much better than mine, their color theory, everything. I can't draw hands. That's why I draw like Mickey Mouse gloves and stuff, or just nubs. Notice how the Norms character doesn't have hands. It's because I couldn't draw it, not because there was any logic for it. मैं हाथ कैसे बनाती? मुझे नहीं आते हाथ बनाने. But the issue with a lot of these people post-graduation who were my batchmates that I heard was, man, we're not landing clients and we're not landing jobs. And I knew these people to be shy. I eventually did grow out of my shell, but these were people who had amazing work, but who would not want to start a conversation or talk about things. And I think that's really important as a creative, especially in today's time. You need to be, how do I put this? A Swiss Army knife as a person. Yes, I can design, but I can also have a fun conversation. I can get up and say hi. I can put myself out there a little bit to network and, you know, make new leads and stuff. Me and my team, we actually stopped doing this, so we started again. We carry our business cards in our pockets, and we thought business cards were obsolete, but it's such a fun way to get people to keep a physical reminder. हमने बीच में छोड़ दिया था कि Instagram तो है ना. Bro, no one cares. Give them a proper physical reminder. It's cool. And if your business card is cool, they'll think you're cool. Yes. So, what I'm trying to say is that knowing how to talk to people will get you a long way. There was this really bad local band when I was in A-levels. It was called Gulab Jamun. Does anyone know about it? Okay, well, it was. I swear it existed. Google it. And I, like many other, kids, I started doing the whole rickshaw and outer space thing. It was a whole bandwagon that everyone was jumping on at the time. It wasn't overused then. And they were like, oh, can we have it as our album art? And I said, okay. And they're like, oh, Mom, can you animate it? And to give you an idea, I was a ex-science kid. I had a really bad Dell laptop. It was a kind of laptop where if you didn't pick it up straight and halka sa bhi tilt ho jata tha, off ho jata tha. So I was like, yeah, I can animate it. I didn't know what, and I could not name an animation software at the time. I could not, but I said, yeah. And they paid me in advance. 20,000 rupees for an A-level kid? Are you kidding me? I'm rich. And I'm like, Mama, aapka bank account kya hai? Because mere paas bank account nahi hai. I have to give it to a stranger on the internet. So I told them I could do it. I could not do it, but I chose to figure out how to do it. So the artwork, I had a free editing app on my phone, and I screen recorded it on my iPhone 7, and I listened to the album, and I changed the hue to the beat of the music manually. and I screen recorded it and I cropped it. And they ended up liking it, so I got paid. Fake it till you make it. 100%. No, this is not the end. Keep listening. It gets better. I will, honestly, I feel like some people are going to be mad after this talk because they're in the presentation and they'll figure out what I did to get into projects with them. But hey, if you guys don't hear from me after this event, understand why. So, काफी साल पहले Johnny and Jugnu launched, right? शुरू में it was just this little burger place, cutesy थी, but then it really it went up on Instagram. Like everyone wanted a piece of burger. Okay. They would not notice me, and I really wanted them to work with me, but they wouldn't notice me. So I made a scheme. I made a plan. I made this cool artwork for free, and I tagged them, and I told everyone to DM it to them because I'm this poor little kid who no one will notice. And then they did, and they were like, "Hey man, looks cool. Aap kaun ho?" And then I introduced myself, and then I said, "Hey guys, I would love to send you a print of this." They were like, "Bet, yeah, do it." I was like, "Can you give me a name and a number?" And that was their biggest mistake because then I got into the team. I was like, "Hey, let's collaborate. I have a WhatsApp number now. The chaos I can cause with it." Where I just kept giving them free merch in exchange for meeting up with the team until I got to do their Veshi line. That's in Raya right now. You understand the step-by-step process that I am laying down? How you need to be able to socialize your way into it? समझ आ रही है? अभी तक follow हो रहा है? Good. Okay, good. Notice, but I am not technically lying anywhere. I am just getting into the conversation. झूठ नहीं बोलना किसी भी चीज में. Okay. The Veshi line went amazing, honestly. This is what it looked like. Fun. Great. Next thing. 1 Degree launched in Pakistan. And I was like, I want to make shoes. But no one would trust me to make shoes. So what did I do with 1 Degree? First, I invested a bit. I bought a pair. Then I said, guys, I love your shoes. I wear them to the gym full makhan. Amazing shoes. And I knew, by the way, because I followed them, they were doing this campaign where you could send them a design and they'd put it on a pair of shoes. Does anyone remember this campaign? बहुत पुरानी थी. People were making really ugly shoes, by the way. And they were like, I have 2 accounts, but I will always message from my art account. Because when they tap the profile, they will see my work. So they were like, hey mom, we're so glad you like so-and-so shoe. Hey, we're having this campaign. Do you want to make a pair of shoes? I was like, me? How could you have ever thought of that? You put the thought in their head. And then I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I sent them one of my designs. And it was this, again, when truck art was not overdone, so don't judge me for this. There was this design I had called the Dukhi Dil Club. And yeah, we got some shoes out of it. It was super fun. Third Culture Coffee. I've spoken about this brand quite a bit. Third Culture is the project that kind of got me into the names of a lot of coffee spaces here who wanted to work with me. It is a blessing and a curse that Lahore has so many coffee spaces and people want to constantly open them and they're like, oh, हमने third culture नहीं बनाना, but हमने third culture जैसा एक कैफे बनाना है, तो आप third culture को कॉपी ना कीजिएगा, और आप हमें third culture जैसी एक जगह चाहिए, मगर उसका कॉपी नहीं होना चाहिए because हम unique है. And then I asked them what their unique point is and they're like, हम कॉफी बेचते हैं. And I'm like, सब बेचते हैं, but okay. So yeah, no guys, I love God. सलाम है. Right. Third Culture के साथ भी क्या हुआ? I used to drink their coffee. I didn't like their packaging. I was like, guys, you need to revamp it. They're like, the guy who runs their Instagram is a bit, sarcastic. He's like, oh, can you do better? And I was like, and then they kept it. And then they paid me for it. Guys, notice how I had nothing to lose by doing all this. Had se had what? They were going to not reply to me, block me. Not losing much, to be honest. But look at all the benefits from it. And then third culture was so happy, and the guy who has third culture is friends with the guy who has solis, so then solis bhi aa gaya. You understand the like dhaga I am pulling at that is getting me through these things. There is so much you can do when you wake up every day. You have a phone in your hand. That's all you need to be able to do this stuff, man. Why don't you? Ajeeb Design Fest. This is also like something we just hopped on doing. Abhi, a while ago, I told the story about how Areeb was like, Ramzan mein, oh, let's do Pakistan's first design festival. And I was like, budget. But hey, man, it happened. We were expecting 100 people, 700 showed up. We realized it was important to people, and now I am here on a weekend on 0 to no sleep giving this talk to you guys. Guys, we don't profit off of these festivals. Sara self-funded hota hai, I swear. But it's lovely that we're doing it, because I think that either I might meet someone who might want to be a designer, or someone who's just starting out in the field, or someone who wants to get into the field, and I might say something to them that might make them want to stick around or experiment more or talk to more people. And I think that's like amazing. That is like amazing. We're genuinely just trying to build a whole space, a crowd of people who want to learn. That's why this event is happening too. This event was also, by the way, like, I call Areeb, we're doing a check-in meeting for the studio. Bro, Lahore mein event karate hain. While he is in Ireland, he says this to me, who is in Lahore. Okay, I don't know if this event is going well. I think it's going okay. Let me know if you guys think it's going well. I'm nervous. It's my first time hosting an event. The idea is that you're constantly learning and figuring things out, and there's nothing wrong with that. Guys, I was so nervous before the event started. I was nauseous. I told everyone to stop talking to me. I was going to throw up. I'm still very nervous. The spotlight is very garam. So, you can choose to wake up every day looking for a door to open. Khulte hain darwaze, khulte hain. My mom says that when one thing ends, another thing starts. But something my mom also taught me, because she's also a workaholic, is you can either choose to open one door, or you can build 100 doors and open them, or you can go out and build 1,000 doors and you can open them. But the idea is that you want to keep building doors and opening them. You have nothing to lose. As long as you're not hurting anyone, you're not risking anything, you have nothing to lose by putting yourself out there at all, ever. And yeah, that's just what I want to talk about. And if you guys have questions about, oh, Maham, I'm nervous, hit me up, I'll help. Literally, I have a Calendly link in my Instagram that lets you book a 20-minute call with me on chosen days when I'm free. But I love helping people and talking to them about their problems, honestly. So yeah, that is my talk. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the jokes if they're bad? No questions? You have a question.
अच्छा, आपने नेटवर्किंग की बात की कि कैसे नेटवर्किंग के थ्रू आप जॉनी जुगनू और इस तरह के वेल नॉन ब्रांड के साथ कनेक्ट हो सकें. लेकिन एक अगर स्टूडेंट है या कोई भी डिज़ाइनर जो स्टार्ट कर रहा है और फ्रीलांसिंग कर रहा है और जिसे लगता है कि उसका काम लिटरली शिट है, तो वो कैसे नेटवर्किंग कर सकता है? क्योंकि एक चीज़ हमने बहुत कॉमन सुनी हुई है कि नेटवर्किंग के थ्रू ही पैसा आता है और उसी के थ्रू काम आता है. लेकिन एक बिगनर जो होता है, जब वो नेटवर्किंग कर रहा होता है तो कोई उसको उससे बात करना भी पसंद नहीं करता. और अगर वो एक कॉमन चीज़ है कि इंस्टाग्राम पे जाके कमेंट्स कर दें तो हम वो वैल्यूएबल कमेंट्स भी नहीं डिलीवर कर सकते. तो कैसे नेटवर्किंग एक बिगिनर जो है वो प्रॉपर्ली नेटवर्क कर सकता है? मेरा ये क्वेश्चन.
So, जब मैंने शुरू किया था, I was literally in A-levels and Johnny and Jugnu, they worked with me when I was doing my bachelor's. And मैं सच बताऊँ, जो मैंने पोस्टर बताया, मुझे आज भी shit लगता है. I don't like it and they have it framed up in their office. I genuinely, bro, the line art is so bad. If you zoom in on it, it's like chunky. मैंने smooth भी नहीं किया. Like, so The idea isn't to be like, oh, this post that I will make me go viral. ठीक है? I understand from a marketing point of view that what you're doing, that's important. But if you're just starting out now, you need to create more for the sense of showing people what you can offer. So your Instagram is not your portfolio, ठीक है? I will say that. But your Instagram is also sometimes the first online interaction जो किसी का आपके साथ होगा. It's like, you know, when you meet someone and you see their face. And people कहते हैं ना, don't judge, सब करते हैं judge book by its cover. कोई ऐसा नहीं है जो नहीं करता. ठीक है, सब करते हैं. इस कमरे में सब करते हैं. मुझे पता है. इसलिए हम, you know, अच्छे से तैयार होकर आते हैं talk देने के लिए. Right? It's true. You need to be able to show people what you can do. Before Johnny and Jugnu, and मैं एक सेवा बताऊँ, everything I post on my Instagram, everything all of us post on our Instagrams and our YouTubes, we only tell you guys the good stuff. We don't tell you guys stuff that went wrong. I have had projects that have ended so terribly. I swear, like, I have considered quitting as a designer. They've been that bad, but I don't show it to you guys. That's why you guys think it doesn't happen. It happens probably once every 3 months. That is a lot. If someone does not respond to you, you move on to the next person and then the next person, right? सवाल ये नहीं है कि अच्छा ये दरवाजा नहीं खुला. Make a lot of doors, as many as you can. कोई limit भी नहीं है. When I'm currently reaching out to new clients, right? आजकल, like for myself, for the studio, I have a sheet open on Google. I'll be very honest with you guys. This wasn't part of the talk, but I'll tell you guys. I have a sheet open on Google. मैं इस जगह का नाम डालती हूँ, मुल्क डालती हूँ और लिंक डालती हूँ. फिर मैं एक डब्बा रखती हूँ, नाम लिख अच्छा, मुझे इस ब्रांड के बारे में क्या अच्छा नहीं लगा. या तो उनका लोगो बुरा है, उनकी ब्रांडिंग बुरी है, या उनका इंस्टाग्राम बड़ा है, they don't have highlights, they don't have pin posts, इनकी वेबसाइट नेविगेशन नहीं हो रही सही. And I genuinely will sit down, and it's what you guys call cold emails, right? But the thing is, a lot of people have a misconception. They think cold emailing is a template where you just change the company name every time. Don't do that. Don't do that. Imagine, you know, you're telling a fashion brand के, oh, आपके जो केक वाला Instagram है वो हम सही कर देंगे. Bro, no. You have to give it time. You have to give it time. Because like everything, networking is a skill जो बेहतर होगा. अगर आप मुझे कहते ना 5 साल पहले ये talk तो, you would not find me in the country, bro. I would leave. I swear. Hopefully my next talk will be better as well. The idea is you keep doing it. If you're new, you keep doing it. Ask people questions. Keep asking questions. Keep learning. Does that help? Does that answer your question? Okay. Are there any other questions? No questions? Thank you, bro. Guys, please हम अगर दोबारा करेंगे, आ जाना. There is one last thing I want to share with you guys. I was going to do this online, but I figured I'd do it in person because I'm trying to overcome, you know, selling my personal brand in person. So as a fear, I am putting myself out there. See, it is in action right now. This is something I want to share with you guys. I have had the handle IRDK Maham for a long time. People ask me what it means. Sometimes they say, what is IRDK Maham? And I'm like, it is not that. It stands for I really don't know. Because it's something I said a lot as a kid. I would say it a lot when डांट भी पड़ती थी इसलिए कि तुम्हें क्यों कुछ नहीं पता. तुम्हें literally कुछ नहीं पता. I decided to kind of take the knowledge that I have, and I wanted to create an online space for creatives to kind of do a mentorship thing with me. I get emails, DMs, text from unknown numbers asking me for advice on real-time projects. And although I love having those conversations, I sometimes have to cut them short because, you know, we have clients and stuff we have to deal with as well. And I don't want the studio to end, and I don't want the studio to kick me out either. So I decided to make the IRDK Club, which is a Patreon. So I am plugging myself in here. And what do I have planned for it? I want to share resources. I want it to be a thing that is anti-gatekeeping. This is, if anyone has any questions, connected to Ajeeb in a way where we all take our personal brands. For example, like Afan does graffiti. People come to him and ask him about graffiti. My thing is that people ask me about networking and branding, right? So we're all just kind of trying to do that with our personal brands as well. For me, it's in the form of this, by sharing resources, having Q&As, talking about it. Me actually having two creatives I know collaborate, I do that a lot. I introduce people to people and they end up making such cool stuff and I'm like, hey, that's because of me. So I take credit for their work. But either way, it's a fun thing. What else do I have? I will also answer questions. And yeah, it's a good space to just kind of rant about real-time things. Oh man, guys, I got this project. The client added some more deliverables. How do I increase the price without actually losing the client? Things like that. I want to talk about it. So I'm going to be launching the Patreon in a month or so. Stay tuned for it. And yeah, just keep learning and look at this cool mock-up.